what's good, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of Sportsload. We got the four banditos here with us. We got
The Four
Mr. G.
Musketeers.
Yes, we got Mr. GPS, Gary Paul Smith. I'm your host, Ja. I'm joined by Kay and Van. Let's go, fellas. Did anybody catch the UFC last night other than me?
I did.
I got the
I
It was
final
was,
pretty
fight.
good. It was
it was
pretty
really
good.
good. It was a really good.
really
It
good.
was a really good card.
I
And
just didn't like the main card. Just how the
really,
results were. Like in the sense of like, I could have think they could have had more action in the sense like, Patty was good. That fight was good. I think the main event. I think Volkanovski
Yeah.
was winning that whole fight the whole time, but for some reason he like his fight was it. I forgot his name.
Lopez, Diego Lopez.
Lopez, right? I didn't want to be racist. Lopez.
Wow, good job.
Yeah. Joe Rogan will do that.
Yeah.
Lopez, it sounded like he was winning that fight, and he was getting bopped in the head like 8 times in a row. So that main event fight was like kind of good, but like was like Volkanovski was fighting like he was the champ. Like he had like the foot
he was
stomps
dominating
and
the whole time.
all that. So
I for overall the fight was great. I think
the card's great.
the Carl Bro was great. The main event I think was the perfect main event as far like action wise. Volkanovski, you're right. Volkanovski did show off that championship pedigree
Yeah.
like that. But Lopez, he should have. Look, it's a tough loss. He did give a lot of heart in that fight. He really the lights wasn't too bright for him. He showed up.
I mean, he was taken at the chin. Pause.
Yeah. He did take it on the chin a lot. Pause.
Uh,
He really showed up. But he also gave a lot too to Volkanovski. He knocked him down.
Yeah, but the problem was, Volkanovski's like 5'10". This man looked like he was 6'3", and he was like getting backed up by a fucking midget.
Yeah, the thing is too that's another. The game plan was off. Diego Lopez is his fights tend to be more action paced. He's always the lead orchestrator in the fight. In this fight, he seemed like he was tentative. I don't know what the game plan was, but he should have stuck to what got him there, which was being an aggressor.
Yeah.
But his stock didn't go down at all. I think he's gonna be there again. He's definitely gonna be champion.
Yeah.
He's definitely gonna be
They're probably
champion.
gonna get a rematch.
I think not
Not right now.
but I think mentally he was not there. Like,
Yeah. To be fair, that division is loaded. It's
Not
Yeah.
anymore.
no, that
it is-
division. Look,
it is.
No, Taporia and Islam are moving up in weight.
well, Islam has already
No,
been before.
Islam is up. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a lightweight. This is featherweight.
No, that's why the fight happened. Yeah.
Tempura. I keep calling it. Tempura. I keep thinking about food. But the thing is with him, with Tempura, he's already moved up to so Volk is the official champion. But did you guys see the Bryce Mitchell and Garcia?
Silva?
What's it doing? The Bryce Mitchell. God, that guy's name. I forgot his name.
Silva?
Silva, yes. They're the same. They're all featherweights, and it looks like he might. If it was up to me, Silva's been in a 4-fight winning streak now, so I think he earns the right to fight Volkanovski, whereas Diego fights Yair, which is will be a good matchup because they already have a rivalry. They're already beefing during a press conference, so that'll be a good little 4-way match right there.
It was crazy that Volkanovski was ranked #1 after getting his ass beat like 3 matches.
Man,
ago.
look at who he fought the last 2 fights.
Yeah, he fought Makachev twice, but he fought him at 145, but he went up in weight to fight.
I think the problem is right now with UFC is like, even if they get absolutely smoked, if Dana White likes the guy, he might get a shot, or he might be ranked higher than he is. Like, I think Izzy's still ranked, and Izzy just got smoked the last fights, and you can't even say, oh, he was not prepared or whatever. Like, but I mean, again, like, I feel like that, like, Volk, Izzy, Usman, like they're like on their, I don't want to say on their way. They're on their way out in a way.
Yeah. Well, Volkanovski probably longer legs. He's only 34, which is in the UFC that's literally still in your prime ish.
A
little bit.
36.
Yeah. He's 36. Well, yeah, he's probably at the tail end. Yeah. So this is probably his last run.
I mean, Dustin is like what, 40, right? And he's like on the verge of like retirement. He was thinking about retiring.
Yeah. Well, Dustin has one more fight left in him anyway. I think like guys like Izzy and Usman, they right now they already accomplished what they had to accomplish. There's nothing left. They're
Yeah.
Hall of Famers. They're nothing. It's easy
Yeah,
just enjoying
Volkanovski's
the
the same thing, right? So
yeah. And this is a good way for him. Like this is builds up his momentum. His stock just went up. You know what I mean?
yep.
And these guys were active. What benefited them was those same guys we mentioned were all active. They were fighting every other pay per view almost. Like
Yeah,
Pereira in every pay per view.
yeah.
Eventually, those things come back to haunt you. Like eventually, yeah. But that's what happened to those guys. But they made their money. They're Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers. They're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
But the future is like that's why I like the UFC so much. It's always the next man up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's only gonna get better. That Patty fight, I thought Patty dominated Michael Chandler, which is nobody really does. Like Michael Chandler has been in wars, and
Yeah.
he put a whooping on Michael Chandler, a whooping. Like Gaethje didn't do that, or Oliveira didn't do that.
Yeah.
Patty did that shit. You know what I mean?
Did you
I don't
see
know.
that Patty and
The press conference, right?
Covington and Kobe.
Kobe, yeah, afterwards, right there, they're getting into it.
Yeah, but Kobe is a cunt. Like he's just gonna do that shit for like he saw cameras on Patty and then he just started talking shit. That's his
Yeah.
MO. He needs to worry about winning some fights. He lost his last three. He got beat badly by Brownlee, like Molly whooped him. You know what I mean? And then he lost to Leon Edwards. You know what I mean? And Leon just got whooped. So you know what I mean? So like Kobe needs to just shut up and fight.
Are you
Yeah, he
excited for
just-
the next UFC? It's Bilal.
Oh man. Like
Bro, they have this card and then Bilal. It's like, alright,
Dude.
bro.
dude. And the thing is too, like I knew Bilal was gonna be the champ. I knew he was gonna beat Leon.
Yeah, of course.
But look, man, this is why you gotta be careful with like when you put like the team. Like, he should not be a main eventer. That's a co-main event. I know he's a champion, but he shouldn't be the main event. This is where you go.
Yeah,
yeah.
that card
It's
does
so
not look.
boring.
That card does not look appeasing at all.
Well,
Other than
Is Pena and Taylor Harrison in that fight? By the way,
not
is that the
Pena.
woman?
Fuck. I'm gonna look this
I
up.
think it's the Julian Pena versus the that chick. I forgot her name. Kayla Harrison, I think is her last name. I hope so because that might save the pay per view. That might save the pay per view.
What's the one that's coming to Jersey soon?
I'm not sure. That's way down the road.
Yeah, that's way. I think that's probably August.
They usually do New York times like in the summer, like July.
Yeah, I think that was
yeah,
August.
Yeah, because I know they do July 4th in Madison Square Garden. They usually do.
It's Bilal, and then it's the co-main event is I'm not even trying to pronounce this. It was Gilbert Burns before that, and I think Jose Aldo is gonna be in this.
Oh! Okay,
yeah.
okay. It's pretty much female heavy. It's Bilal versus Jack Della Maddalena.
Yeah.
That's Shevchenko. I would push up Shevchenko versus Foria first as the main event.
I'm not gonna lie to you, just eyeballing this like 5 matches, this should be a fight
Mhm.
night. It should be a fight night.
To be honest with you, I agree. I think it should be a UFC fight night. I agree.
Like, but it's very disrespectful to have your fucking main event card like title holder fight
You know
night.
what you do, like, because this is the UFC contract with ESPN ends on Tuesday. This would have been a nice like put it on ABC. You know what I mean? You know, put it on Disney. You know what I mean? But this will be too late. It'll be
Did they agree to Netflix, by the way, or no? They're
I
just
don't
like,
know. Like Dana's did because they asked me that question yesterday. And he didn't.
I
he didn't
hope
Man.
they do Netflix and not Amazon Prime, bro. If I know Amazon's gonna throw the bag at that.
Yeah, I want them to go. I want it to be where I want it to be everywhere, and I want the pay-per-views to be in a streaming service. I would rather the pay-per-view be on Netflix or I don't even care where it is. I want them as the product everywhere. Like basketball's everywhere, baseball's everywhere. They need to be everywhere. Like it shouldn't be on one thing. But the pay-per-views, because pay-per-views like, are they the only ones that's pretty much saving pay-per-views?
There's boxing,
Boxing.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, but like nobody's doing pay-per-views anymore. Like it should be on a streaming service now. They're gonna get the back.
Agreed.
They generate funds, man. They generate a lot of money, revenue too. Like they'll be fine on Netflix.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, again, overall, it's a great card. I'm happy. Patty's probably gonna get a top 5 fighter next.
I hope so. I hope
Yeah.
he gets a title fight, but I think he's gonna get washed anyways.
Yeah, I still like, dude. I ain't gonna lie. Every time I watch Patty, he gets better and better. But you're dealing with some savages in the top five though. You got Gaethje, you got Oliveira, you got Makachev, and you got the oh god, I forgot the and sometimes maybe you get Cosma might lose some weight and then get in there. He's always the
Yeah.
wild card. So yeah, I think Patty bought it. Again, I could be wrong. I've been wrong with Patty this whole time. I thought,
Yeah.
well, I had him winning Chandler. I didn't think he was gonna dominate him. But
Who do you
I
think
don't
he's
want
gonna fight next though? Like if you give a prediction.
Oliveira or Gaethje. But if out of the two, probably Oliveira.
Probably, I agree. Either that or Dustin
Yeah.
Poirier, right? And then Gaethje, or Michael Chandler's gonna do the Conor McGregor fight, most likely, right?
Probably. And honestly, I don't believe Conor's coming back. I think he's a promoter. I think he's a hype man. Again, it wouldn't like. Are we gonna rush to go see? I mean, yeah, he does have a market. People will go see Conor.
Yeah.
Isn't he running
I
for
don't know.
president in Ireland? Isn't that a
I
thing?
mean, Manny Pacquiao was in the Philippines and he was still boxing, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying he's kind of.
yeah. I think he's trying to run, but like, doesn't he have like a case on him there?
He always has a case.
Yeah, he always has a case of some
Uh,
kind. I'm not saying he's gonna win. Just
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he's just
saying he's
guy,
he's kind of moving away from boxing now or fighting to.
Well,
He always
doing
been though.
He's been promoting that beard knuckle stuff. Like, and to be honest, it is watchable. Like, it is like him promoting it adds flavor to it. So like, yeah, I watch it.
He's a good personality. I'll give him that.
Oh, for sure. He should be on TV all the time.
Oh yeah, he's must see TV for sure.
I want him telling me the news. You know,
Right?
I want that guy telling me the news. But again, I love the card. Let's move on to baseball, gentlemen.
Oof, the Cubs.
Dude, the Cubs, bro.
Yeah, the Cubs, man.
The
Cubs. We won that trade though. We still won that trade.
And the Giants too. The Giants looking good, man. They look good. They've been playing. They played the Yankees pretty well too.
We beat them like 2-1 or something.
No, you guys lost today. You lost the series 2-1.
Yeah. So with baseball, is the Braves the biggest disappointment this year?
I said that last week. Yes, I agree. Garrett's making a valid point though about the injuries and the pitching, but they're the biggest disappointment.
Right now, they're the biggest disappointment, but I think they're going to turn it around. I mean, I don't hope they don't, but I think they're going
other
to.
Other than them, who would be Baltimore? Question mark.
Would
be the biggest disappointment?
No, I don't know. Is Baltimore doing badly? I didn't.
They're 6-9. They're bottom in their division.
Well, I said the biggest surprise in the Rays.
Around.
They're being decent. The Rays?
They're 7-8. I mean, the Cubs.
I have them
and the Brewers are red hot. I think the whole Central Division is looking clean, other than the Pirates, but that's the Pirates.
I think Houston might be one of the bigger disappointments, actually.
No, they
7-8, and they're losing to LA. Come on, man. The Angels aren't first. What are you guys doing? You're doing something wrong.
That's not true. I mean, the Astros lost Bregman and Kyle Tucker in the offseason. You expect them to like just bounce back and be competitive? I mean, I can still see them winning the division. They were dead last year.
Oh, I have them winning
the
division. I just didn't think they would be this bad this early, but
I mean, that division sucks.
I mean, it's a pretty competitive division.
I'm a Yankees fan, and there's only like one competitive team on that team in that division.
No. I think that looking at the divisions right now. I mean, there's only a game separating everybody, really.
Like, for every division, low key. Other than I mean, Twins, White Sox.
Yeah, the AL Central's a little bit crazy.
There's no like middle of the pack team yet, which I mean, the season just started, so.
Yeah, it just started, so you really can't say much about anything.
I honestly thought the Twins were gonna be better than what this. Because Carrera's not hitting and Buxton's not hitting, and they have no pitch. I think they have one of the worst ERAs in baseball as far as starting pitching.
No, Marcus Stroman.
Oh,
he's like 11 or 12 ERA. But you're saying like the whole lineup.
The staff, the whole staff. Yeah, I'm not. But it is still early. But I thought the Twins would be decent. There's no team that's running away right now in any division really. But right now I really think the Braves, man. I think the Braves I didn't think. I thought Washington would be worse than this, but they got a good. They got a good. They're doing fine. It's really. I honestly think the Braves are. Like all the bad teams. The Pirates 5-11, no surprise. The Rockies 3-12, no surprise. I would say the Braves. I would say look. The Marlins are 8-7.
I'll bring the panel a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the Pirates, would you trade?
Yes, Schemes. Yes, tonight, right now. Don't care who.
The whole
Okay.
campus will eat them.
Yeah, of course
What
they're gonna
if-
trade him. It's not even
What
a
if
question.
what if he wants to resign? What would be the number for him right now? Like he
How
goes
old
through
is-
arbitration, whatever. Like he's in the free agency, like Juan Soto. Like
How
that would
old
be
is
his
he?
number. 23.
Oh my God.
He's still in arbitration, so
He-
you'd
he's-
have like 5 or 6
Yeah,
arb
but I'm
years
saying like
of control. So
he's 20. He's 22, but I'm saying hypothetically he goes through the whole arbitration scenario, so he'd be like 28 by the time he hits free agency. But what would be his number? Because we saw how much like Garrett Cole got. We're talking about pitchers. But then if you flip on the flip side, you got Soto money. You got
well,
Why
at
would-
28,
like,
I'd say 10 years, probably 300 million. But
I would
right
go
now,
high.
I'd probably say 15 years, maybe like 400 or 500.
I was gonna go that high. I was gonna say 450.
Yeah,
I
but
think he's a
right now,
genuine ace, but-
because you could just
If-
lock him up
if it-
through his
if it-
arbitration, and then
Yeah.
the real deal could
Yeah.
start when that ends. Because no team
Yeah.
would do anything
I agree.
crazy like that.
Yeah, I think
I mean-
450, 500 for sure.
Yeah.
For that guy, yeah. Like the next he might him and well Tucker's gonna get big money too, but as far as a young guy too, like you put in there like Dela Cruz, what
Tucker?
would his?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
Dela Cruz.
I really like him.
Hypothetically,
that was my next question because Vlad Jr. just got 400 million
500.
and a lot 500, right?
And by the way,
It
it's
was 400
front loaded.
million.
It's a front loaded deal. I looked it
yeah,
up.
yeah.
So
He's signing at 115 just by signing.
yeah,
So that tells you the finance is bad already.
It's a
I
front
mean,
loaded deal.
there's
He starts off higher and then it gets lower each year, the payment.
the first base market is like terrible. So I
Terrible.
understand where he's going from, but
Mhm.
then where does like Ellie's going? Like, what is that number gonna be, bro? That has to be like 900, right? Plus.
Yeah, well,
Once he
Yeah,
gets the
because,
hitting
like,
figured out fully, because
No,
he's
because
not
you think
consistent yet.
about it, right? Because you think about it, Soto got 700.
760. That's
760, right? So in like a couple of years, the cap space is gonna jump up a lot more. So like in like 6 years, cap space is gonna be like another like 600, 700 million. I know the Reds are not gonna do it. They're not gonna give him that money, but like someone's gonna give him that $900 million deal, right?
Well,
Like,
Might make more than Otani, honestly.
Well, here's the thing: the Dodgers not gonna give him that money neither.
No.
Dodgers gonna be bankrupt soon, so that's not happening.
Yeah, they're
New
kind of
York.
tapped.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
think
the
he's gonna go
Mets.
to New York. I think
Or maybe the Yankees, Red Sox, maybe.
if Las Vegas
there you
makes
go.
a massive revenue like stream
Mhm.
for Oakland, like or the Athletics, I think they're gonna throw a bag at him and just be like,
Well,
He's
you
our
need a
guy.
face. You're gonna need a face, right? You need a face
Yeah.
for that team.
he's gonna be the Mike Trout of the fucking Athletics, just being like,
Again,
like not make the playoffs.
this is also pending him being a consistent hitter.
Yeah, he needs to be
Yeah,
a
I mean,
consistent
like-
hitter. He has the tools in the
Yeah.
field, obviously.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
kid is special though. If he could
He's
put it
good.
all together,
Mhm.
this kid could be probably in a Juan Soto
He can be the
price
face of the,
range,
he can be the face of the league, bro.
for sure. Again, things got a line for this kid, but
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
knock on wood. My
Yeah.
desk is wood. Pause.
yeah.
Hopefully he's not like going through the injury years like Mike
Mhm.
Trout did, or
Yeah.
just have slumps of like just not being good,
Mhm.
and then
Again,
his stock goes down.
Yeah, he's very young. He
Like
he has
Tatis,
time.
like Tatis.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think,
Tatis,
yeah.
he's figuring it out now. He's getting it
But, like
figured
he
out.
had those like slump years where it's
Yeah,
like
you're right.
what is
Because
this?
of the whole steroid thing kind of ruined it
Before
for
that
him.
too though, like he had like he
motorcycle thing too. He had a motorcycle accident or something.
yeah,
Yeah,
he had
he
motor
did.
he had that, and then
Yeah.
he got like ointment or whatever in Puerto Rico or whatever. But
Of course he did.
Yeah, of course. That's what always happens.
What would one do when they go to Puerto Rico when they get hurt, right? You go to Puerto Rico and get that ointment. You know?
Yeah, get that
he's from
ointment.
Puerto Rico though, right? Is he not from?
Not DR.
DR, same shit.
Well, not really. DR.
Now that's racist. I'm sorry. I have to call you on that one. That's.
I don't know about that
This shit
one.
is Shame Island, bro, right?
No,
Shaw, you want to explain to him how the Caribbean works?
No.
No, it's fine.
No.
Yeah.
Go on.
Geographically, you're just not in the right ballpark.
Oh man. But yeah, man. I think De La Cruz's future is bright, but if right now Schemes will probably get the big money. If no arbitration, no nothing, just flat out just money. But I'll tell you one thing though, like is what 2027 is what the next meeting between the players and the league.
Do you guys expect a lockout?
I do. I'm like 100% sure it's gonna be a lockout.
Yeah,
I know the
it's
NBA is definitely gonna lock out. I know the NBA is gonna get a lockout. Maybe the NFL. I don't know about baseball.
I think it is gonna be.
Yeah, I think baseball more so than basketball for sure is gonna happen.
No. I 100% believe NBA because I don't think owners want Joel Embiid to be a top part-timer anymore, paying him 80 something million a year. That cap space is going to jump up higher and higher and higher, and I think they're going to be like, you need to play this one.
I don't think they're going to lock it out because of that. I think the MLB has a lot.
The owners are not going to be like, we're paying you 80 million just to sit on the bench for 40 something games. Yeah, and we're not going to lower the fucking thing because our revenue is going to go down then.
Right, and I think they can figure it out though. The MLB's in a tougher spot. There's a lot. We're talking about hundreds of millions, like 500 and above, like close to billions.
I agree, but I'm saying like the NBA is kind of getting into that atmosphere of like Luka was projected. He was projected to make $85 million a year. So like if you think about that, like there's a lot of these upcoming players that might be in that scenario where it's like Luka, Trae Young is in that draft, but he got extended, and then younger guys like Anthony Edwards, so forth like that. I mean, some of these guys are like durable, but like Wemby, right? So
I think the NBA gonna lock it because just pretty much nobody's watching it. They got to rebrand the NBA. The MLB is definitely about finances for sure. Right. Whereas the NBA is more like we need to be some. We got to fix this shit up. We got to rebrand. They're gonna. They're both gonna. The NBA is definitely gonna go for a lockout for sure. But I just think they're probably. I'll say it like this. I think the NBA is more. They could fix it up in their way. I don't think it's gonna work because they have to rebrand. The MLB is gonna get more. It's gonna get tricky because nobody wants a cap. You know what I mean? Maybe the owners might want a cap.
No.
I don't know, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be.
I mean,
tough.
It's technically a cap, but there's not really a cap, right?
Well, there's a luxury tax. Luxury tax.
Yeah. So there's technically a cap, right?
Yeah.
So.
But the problem is really the floor teams that are the issue. It's not teams that are spending too much. It's teams that aren't spending anything.
You can't really change that unless you increase the floor, like the salary floor. Which
but that would also cause other issues you'd have.
Yeah,
then you have teams just barreling
delete the
floor.
operation. Yeah. Like if either you delete the operation, it's like I think baseball's on a good trajectory. The NBA, the whole second apron thing is gonna make everything so tricky with ownership and players and GMs
because the thought of it was like, well, we're gonna make the owners be creative, but no, it's fucking causing damage to every league. Like it sucks. It's a terrible. Look, they're gonna have a tough road because even when they rebrand it. You still they have to draw people to the seats and they have to draw fans to watch the game.
They need to play defense, I think. That's going to fix it.
Yeah. It's just
it's not even that. It's just like they need to
even shorten the game, even shorten the season might help. I don't agree, but maybe they have to throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. They got to
listen, if they lower the season, then the revenue drops.
Yeah, they can't shorten it. They have to change how the game's played.
They need guarantees that players can either play 72 games because there are younger players like Jalen Green played 82 games this year. Chris Paul played 82 games this year.
And he's fucking 80 years old.
Yeah, so ancient. Like there's players that can go through this. It's just they need guarantees for them.
What about they do like an NFL contract, guarantee a certain amount of money, like with incentive?
Yeah, the players are not gonna accept it because like you got your cake, you're not gonna like try to like give it back. You know, like you got your sugar teeth. You got
then they have to like.
There.
See, they gotta meet them they gotta meet them somewhere in the middle. And that's why I think the NBA is in a tougher spot. MLB, it'll be like a lockout, but it'll be fixed within the season. I think the NBA you could literally lose a season.
I think so. NBA. I agree. I think like the MLB might be a soft lockout because that happened.
Yeah, it happened before.
Right? Like
it happened
before.
Where,
A couple
like,
years
they had
ago.
like during the pandemic, it was like the training camp was basically shortened because of this lockout. But
like, this is a big
NBA,
for MLB.
Is like a year long situation
again
because here's the thing, right? The lockout's gonna happen. Boston just got sold for like $6 billion, so that's being held up. And I heard reports like that deal is holding up the expansion deal, which potentially might ruin Seattle and Las Vegas getting a team.
Right.
If that Boston deal kind of gets sold, like whatever. So like,
I don't even think expansion's a good idea. I think they just need to move the lower revenue teams and move them to Seattle and Las Vegas.
Okay, hear me out. You just gave me a good idea. These tanking teams, they're not getting relegated. They're going to a different fucking state.
What do you think? Or like, I mean, the only team I see like I would want them to move.
Charlotte should move.
Thank you. Charlotte is one.
Minnesota potentially, right? Like,
it depends. They got a good fan base. They got a fan base though.
Yeah, but they're not really like.
I mean, look, I think Memphis should move.
Yeah, Memphis for sure.
No, I mean, I feel like they also have a fan base, but there's definitely teams that should definitely debate on.
Like,
Washington.
Like Sacramento could move too. Nobody like that's like.
That's a Cali thing, bro. That's a Cali thing, I think.
I get it. Or like fucking San Diego should have a fucking team on in Sacramento.
Agreed.
Or Seattle.
But you know.
Well, like I'm not Seattle. I don't know why Seattle even left. That's a sports town. Period.
Dallas should move. You know.
Dallas. I mean, they might as well trade their team, right? You know.
Bro, did you guys
for pennies?
Did you see Mark Cuban's face? Like he's like, what are they doing to my baby face? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Bro, he was about to murder someone, man. His face was like, and then just like fucking looks at the camera and just straight up like murder in his eyes, bro. He got murder on his mind.
Let me tell you something. The only thing that could save this franchise, if by miracle they get Cooper Flag somehow, they get Cooper Flag.
I don't think that's
that's the only chance.
It's like a Hail Mary.
Yeah, that's gonna be one of those like.
I don't think so.
Somebody catch
if they get Cooper Flag, this is the whole like LeBron going to Cleveland, Anthony Davis going to the Pelicans scenario. Like if they get Cooper Flag after just putting their whole franchise on fire. By the way, we just talk about the Luka trade. We gotta talk about the trades that happened before the Luka trade. They traded away like their future picks to be a win now team, and then they trade away their win now opportunity with Luka. So it's like questionable calls in the future, past and present.
Yeah.
I honestly think they're gonna go all in and get Kevin Durant next year.
Which don't help
anything. Good.
They're gonna get Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and Anthony Davis, and that's their core three.
But Kyrie's a free agent though. Kyrie's coming back.
He's a free agent. But he's towards ACL, so you think his market's gonna be that high? Like people are gonna like.
That's why you go to the Lakers. You take whatever they can give you.
At the mid-level exemption, you're not gonna. It's Kyrie, man.
Yeah, but Kyrie, he needs a 1-year deal to get his shit together, win a championship too.
Yeah, I mean,
why not?
I feel like there's other teams. Like if Denver calls his name, I think he would go to Denver over Lakers.
Denver would be nice.
We can talk about the Denver team.
Yeah,
and how Post Malone, yeah. But
he's talking about the future coach of the Knicks. If the Knicks get blanked out of the playoffs by the Pistons,
nah, he's a Spur. He's a Spur.
Nah, he's a Knick. The Knicks like again, it all depends on what they do in the playoffs. If they first round exit, Tibbs is gone, and then Mike Malone's gonna be on top of their list.
I could see it. I just.
And they're gonna do something stupid. The Knicks are gonna do something stupid, which I don't want them to do. Which is the stupid rumors everybody's hearing, which I hope is not true. That KD to the Knicks. I'm like, that's never happened. I don't want that to happen.
That's been talked about for years.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen. No, this time they actually stepped in on it.
Like the window's closed for the Knicks, so they could definitely make a move for him. You would have to give up either OG or you have to give up like Bridges or like Josh Hart.
If I could give up, I'm only giving up Bridges, and I don't want to give up OG. I know it's gonna take OG.
I don't think you're gonna give up Bridges because you're investing to that like 5 first-round picks because of him. So like I think you're just married with him for the next.
I don't have a problem. The Knicks. This is a first-year experiment of a 3-year thing. I'm fine with the Knicks losing out this year. I'm not judging the Knicks this year. I never did. I want to judge the Knicks next year. I think if anything, bringing KD just add more drama to something that doesn't need to be happening. This guy's a franchise killer. He killed the Nets, and he's friggin' bleeding out to friggin' stuff. He killed Booker's career almost.
Bro, I feel like he didn't kill the Nets because you had the Harden situation, and then you had Kyrie being I don't want to get the vaccine scenario. So and they were good. They were good with when they were all 3 players.
One good year.
Okay, but then when he went to the Suns. For some reason, I mean, they were like 8-0 with CP, him, Booker, and Ayton. They gave away Ayton up for no reason. They gave CP up to get Bradley fucking Beal. I think Bradley Beal is the fucking toxic.
Oh, cancer, bro. And you can't get rid of him.
I think Kevin Durant is a good player. Is just, I feel like people are over panicking and just putting all their chips into him. Yeah, where it's like you have to be like the Warriors and just be like, all right, this is what we have. Kevin Durant, just plug and play, and then if you want to
exactly. He's a perfect piece to a puzzle, not the piece. He's one of the pieces. If he goes to like
Oklahoma, I think he would be great.
Maybe
because like they're already like contending. Either them, Minnesota, I feel like would be perfect.
He'll be a better fit than Randall. No, I don't think the Spurs. He won't get him and Wemby too big. Pause. Just too.
That'll be a lengthy team. Pause. Like him, Fox, Castle.
I don't know.
Like.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know.
I feel like everyone's gonna say he's gonna go to Houston, but I don't think Houston wanted him. I think Houston got the offer like this past trade deadline, and they were like, "No, we want D-Book for your draft picks back."
The thing is with the Suns, they're gonna have to. The only person they can move is KD. They can't move Beal because Beal's on that crazy deal. Nobody's gonna take.
They can move Book.
I would love to. And now you're talking Book to the Knicks. What do you want? What do you want?
If Book is getting traded, I think they're getting their first round picks back. Their first conversation will be with Houston.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like, if you're trying to get picks, and your biggest asset is Booker. So
but I'm saying for Houston, they have
the picks for
Phoenix Suns picks. They have the Phoenix Suns picks. Like, so this year, they have a 14% chance to get Cooper Flag because of Phoenix. And they have it until 2029 or 2028. So they have like the next couple of years of Phoenix because they traded with the Nets, which the Nets had because of the Kevin Durant trade.
Okay. Yeah, I think Booker is your big. If you're trying to reel in some picks and players, your best chance to trade Booker. If you're just trying to get a best deal done, but I think KD's more of a pick. You can pay whatever you can get for KD. And then with Booker, you choosing what you want now. Like now, it's pretty much like pick a player. It's that Luka deal. Like, okay, who do you want? You know what I mean? Like that's what. Yeah, I think that's what Booker is gonna be. I think Booker has a better value. Like if I'm the Knicks or any team, like all right, these you can't touch Brunson or Cat. Whoever else though, have at it. Who you want? That's what any team should do. Like take this, but not my overall best player. I think Phoenix should just rebuild, kick the bucket and rebuild.
Yeah. I agree.
They're not winning anything. Even if they get rid of KD, what are you bringing him back? That's gonna Booker. You gotta trade Booker and just sadly because you picked you. I don't know how the hell Washington fleeced you on Beal. That's a horrible contract, and he has a no trade clause, bro.
I think you're just gonna dump Booker and KD, and then you're just gonna make Beal either miserable, so he has to leave, or he's just gonna like rot out that contract.
Yeah. And it's a lot of years still left on that contract. It's nowhere near
I think
done.
it's 3 years. I think he has 3 years left.
That's 3 long years.
It
It's
is
gonna be 3 long years. It could be three fast
He's gonna
great
learn how to
years.
golf, man. He's gonna learn how to golf in those Arizona skies.
Yeah, get used to some scorpions, bro. You gotta get accustomed to that shit. Yeah, I Phoenix is done. They're horrible right now. Like, you might as well just kick the bucket and start rebuilding from scratch. Trade what you can get. Whoever thought that the smartest one in the room was Ayton overall? Because I hated that guy, and he seems pretty happy in Portland doing jack shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So he probably dodged a bullet. He definitely dodged a bullet.
I mean, he's getting paid regardless, right? So.
Oh yeah, he's getting paid from Phoenix too, right? His Phoenix money, yeah. That team is poor. That guy, that owner came in and thought he was like shit, and now starting to look like shit.
I mean, that was the wave. Get a big three, like surround them with like shooters, and then just whatever. But like, it's never worked out.
No, I mean, because you don't have a LeBron. You know what I mean? Like, that could only work with a guy like LeBron, I guess. And even that took time. You know what I mean? The Miami Heat took the time. It took, a year, but still, you know what I mean? It still took time.
Yeah, it took time, but it was also like the new era is shooters and like wings, right?
Yeah, you pretty much have like you could have a legit 1A and then a bunch of like 3-and-D guys, a bunch of wings, reliable wings. You have your guy who get the show started and your finisher, and then you get a bunch of 3-and-D guys.
Jokic did that with the Nuggets. Technically, Boston.
I think KD can work with Denver. I think that'd be perfect for him because he doesn't have to be like, again. He should have just stayed in Golden State and just been that guy there. He fit perfectly with that format. He just stayed there. Yeah, but he just didn't want to. That's that ego shit where like, I want to win one on my own now. Good luck. Congratulations with that.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the fans also pushed the agenda for him as well for some reason. Like, he wanted to prove that he's not ring chasing. And the fans were just basically making a WWE storyline for him, and he was like, "I'll go to Brooklyn and do it."
Yeah.
And everyone was like,
"And win
you're a bad guy now."
Yeah. Franchise that never won anything. I get why he would have done it, and then if they win, he'll look like a hero. But I don't know.
He done that in Washington. He could have went back home and did that.
And won one for that team, yeah. Or dude, you could have won. Yeah, you could have gone anywhere else and won.
I mean, he's a Texas Longhorn. He could have went back to Texas as well, but who knows?
Yeah, it's tough. It was tough. All right, fellas, what's the next one? What's next on the agenda? Ovechkin. You want to get into the hockey convo with Ovechkin being the overall points leader, and what is the rank?
896 now.
He's at 896.
Oh, he
scored one today.
Again, I'm not gonna lie and say I'm a hockey enthusiast, but I pay attention. I think. He is one of the GOATs. I don't know if he is the GOAT.
Hard to pass.
I think it's the LeBron. I think it's the LeBron MJ like argument.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, not even close. Gretzky, that's one of his records.
Yeah, I think Gretzky is just like the Joe Montana, Tom Brady thing. Is just like he's just that great.
Yeah,
I think they're both like up there.
Yeah.
And with LeBron and Ovechkin, to me, it's more like longevity. You know what I mean? Like, athletes are way better now than they were in the 90s.
Hockey's just, dude, you can last until you're 45, which is crazy.
There was a hockey player. It wasn't professional hockey, but it was a hockey league playing in the 60s.
Yeah.
So, like...
I mean, Sidney Crosby was, like, 16 when he debuted, and he's, like, 30-something now. Like, he's still kicking it. You watching him grow. Like... Literally, his nickname was Sid the Kid. Now he's fucking like a 40-year-old man just sitting around.
Sid the old man.
Sid the man. Yeah, Sid the man. Yeah, but look, and hockey's one of the sports that like the young guys do perform, and like they come in with a lot of hype, especially like the number one pick guys. Like if you're these guys, they're young, but they play with the big boys from a long time, from even the minors or even in the college. Like these are men.
It's a combination of like a little bit of baseball because there's minor leagues and stuff like that, as well as like a little bit of like NBA in a way because like there's a lot of stars and stuff and it's team oriented.
they
but
develop young players very well in hockey. Like the leagues, the minor leagues, are really, they develop the players very well.
yeah. So
And again,
hockey has a good Jets team. Imagine that.
Oh yeah, you're right, right?
Yeah, the Winnipeg Jets. Actually pretty good.
Yeah, the Winnipeg Jets. Yeah, the Winnipeg Jets are really
Why wasn't
good.
I a Jets fan of them?
yeah, you picked the wrong Jets, man.
I really did.
Yeah, you should.
I honestly did.
Don't worry. The NFL will go to Canada. You can root for that team, bro.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, what team would that be?
Probably Toronto.
Toronto,
Yeah,
but like I'm saying, what team would move to Canada?
Oh, I have no idea.
What's
Buffalo
Minnesota,
feels like the best
for sure?
team.
Buffalo,
No,
Minnesota.
the thing is though, like Arizona don't draw fans at all. It's mostly like out of towner fans. Like if you watch an Arizona Cardinals game, if you, even if your team is playing, any of you guys see, you'll see your fans there.
I mean, that's the Chargers as well, but also like
True.
Yeah, Chargers big time.
Jacksonville, I think has to be the team, right? Because that is just a dumpster fire, right?
Yeah, and Jacksonville's that's never.
Nah, because you have the whole
that's
Carolina.
Yeah, that's a football. That's a football city. That's a football town. That whole region is college and NFL. They'll go support.
UNC,
And the team is. Yeah, if they have a decent team, people will show up. And people will show up. That's the only thing they've got though. That's
they got Bill Belichick now, right? In college, so I guess there's gonna be more people
for now
following football now. So.
Until he opts out.
Yeah. Yeah, which will be a thing.
It's gonna be
4 years in 4 years when his girlfriend graduates, then he opts out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Well, she's,
but, you know.
She's a senior in high school this year, right? Bill still got it.
I think she's 24 though. I don't think she's a senior.
Dude, she's a super senior now?
Senior in college, maybe. I think next year he can opt out.
She went on a sabbatical during her junior year.
Took a red shirt.
Like Bill was probably red shirting her for a long time, bro. He's like, what's your name?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, shout out to Bill, man. He's still kicking it.
I mean, you know,
He's a pimp.
that's the goal right there. Go,
Yeah,
coach.
Yeah, that GOAT life, man. That's part of life.
Man,
He will go out as a GOAT too. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's second best in wins as coaches. I think Andy Reid's number 3, but like he did everything he could in the NFL. But
I don't. Yeah, he's a GOAT. He's definitely a GOAT for sure.
I think Bill is gonna be upset about this NIL bullshit, man. This is gonna be such a slippery slope for the NIL because
we should talk about that for sure. That NIL thing is
the Tennessee quarterback renegotiated his NIL deal for $8 million, and now he wants to renegotiate again because he's seen Carson Beck go to Florida and was like, "Yo, he's getting this much. All right, let me renegotiate." He's doing a fucking lockout. He's sitting out for the season, basically.
He's making what, 6? You think it's $6 million?
6 or 8 million.
Like, bro, you're in college.
And like,
oh, it's professional now, bro.
It's professional now, but the funny thing is, a lot of people were like, he's not going to be in the NFL. Like, if he enters the draft, he's probably going to be at like a late round pick. So
yeah, he's not one of the main stays, and nobody's talking about him.
Yeah, so I think like his agent was just like, get the bag now and then fucking.
I mean, that's what I would do if I wasn't gonna be drafted. I would just try to get as much as I could.
Right, but then the thing is, no college is feeding for him right now. They're not going after him. He wanted to go to Oregon. Oregon's like, no, we're good, thank you.
I mean, he has no choice but to stay where he is. That's kind of
they don't want him anymore. They don't want him.
They're dropping him.
They took his picture off everything on the team's website and everything.
They dropped
he don't
him.
exist.
Not getting paid at all.
He might have to go to Division 2.
Nah, I could see him going to Michigan or something.
He's gonna go to some scrub school, probably some school at the bottom of the standings.
BYU, baby.
Yeah, BYU. Zach Wilson.
He was a really good quarterback, actually.
Or he goes to Rutgers or Duke or some shit. And just,
some school that's not known for being good at football.
Yeah,
oh yes, we got a great quarterback. Look at that.
I heard he's not a scrub though. I heard he's actually pretty decent, but I think he's just greedy. Yeah,
he's greedy.
But again, he's just greedy.
But I would be greedy too if I knew I wasn't getting to the NFL. Maybe not that greedy. Like one renegotiation, fine.
Yeah, I feel like that just shut down like his whole like opportunity in the NFL.
Yeah,
because like no scout's gonna be like, it's good enough, but like his character is terrible.
Well, that's your
improves his skill.
Even then, like, if you're a GM, are you gonna risk that? If you're literally gonna be like, yeah, he's a great quarterback, but like his agent might sit out, and we might have to like offer him $1 billion in like after 5 years. You know, it's like if he's already thinking money, I don't think he has the passion to be in the NFL. Like he's not going to be a winning quarterback.
You got to do it for the love of the game. You're not in a deep conference in the SEC with Tennessee and Florida. You got the Gators in Miami, and you're thinking about money. Yeah, his mindset is off. Like I get it. Like you want to think about you're making $6 million as a kid.
Yep. You're like 18, 19. You're making $6 million in Tennessee, where it's like no taxes.
What is really going on? Do you owe taxes? Like, what do you owe the loan sharks of money? Like, what are you doing?
$6 million, and you're going to uni. You're just chilling. Like you already quarterback 1. Like if you're quarterback 2 and you want to do this shit, like fine, whatever.
But, yeah, that's different. Yeah, but
he's even got a class probably, so. Definitely not.
I mean, he's probably just bagging bitches.
He was, homeschool, bro. He was in homeschool.
He has some nerds do his homework.
Yeah.
It's like real life Blue Mountain State.
Yeah, that guy's just terrible, man. But look, you never know. He might find his college and figure it out and put it together. But come on. That NIL thing sucks, though. I don't like it. I think there's got to be a better... Like, we talked about it last week. I was saying that maybe if you're like a top 20 kind of player, maybe you get like a set, you could negotiate your contract. Even if you're top 10 or whatever, you could negotiate to earn your money or whatever, but it's got to be a cap somewhere. You know what I mean? And either a flat rate for like, what is it? How do you go out in like a 4-star recruit or 5-star recruit? Like base it on that, and then this is a set pay. Something where it's just like, why are you negotiating shit?
Well, the one thing that I'm kind of happy about, the NIL, everyone was screaming at when it came out. Everyone was like, oh, Alabama, Texas, Florida is just going to drop bags. But, like, it's like BYU's dropping bag. Like, there's like UCLA's dropping a bag. Like, Rutgers is dropping a bag. Like, there's not, like, massive teams dropping bags. It's like smaller teams.
That's college football. But in college basketball, though, this proved it. Like this tournament really proved it was like no Cinderellas at all. Like it was just college football. But St. John's was like the top 5 team though.
But like in the last couple of years, they were not.
No, because they got Patino. They got Patino now.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
and Patino.
Right, but I'm saying like Patino as well as NIL, I think kind of made them be more aggressive compared to like Duke, just who always gets like the 5-star recruits, or Kentucky or whatever. Like Arkansas has the former Kansas guy, but like a lot of 5-stars are actually gonna like go to him instead of just being like, all right, because before the NIL, it was like they just slide like a fucking $8 million check and they go to Kentucky.
But for that, but he's a big name. He's gonna draw revenue anyway for that program. But look at the number 16 or even the number 12 team that lost. They decided, we're not even gonna go. We're gonna get out of the whole Division 1. They ended up going to Division 3.
Yeah.
They can't afford to pay the players.
Yeah.
So like they should all get paid. I'm all for that. But where I think they have too much control. The players like, oh, I'm just gonna play 1 year and then I'm gonna hit the portal and find. I think don't bullshit. Dude, 2 years minimum. You guys probably gonna stay in college for 1 year anyway. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I would do like a 2-year guaranteed contract and that's it. You know what I mean? Like 2 years, man.
Here's the thing, right? And you this is a great transition, and I had a great question to the panel. In baseball, if you're going out of high school or the first year of college, you can enter the draft, and then if you don't really want to be picked by that team, or you don't really like the team in general, or you want to go back to the college, you can do that, right? Do you think NBA, the NFL, possibly hockey should do that scenario where Cooper Flag is hesitant on entering this year's draft? If he goes into the first overall pick, because the first overall pick is not locked in yet. There's 14 teams that are fighting for it right now.
Right.
But like, if he enters the draft, and let's just say Utah goes there, and he's like, "Fuck that, I'm going back to Duke." Right now, I don't think that's a rule, but should that be allowed in the NBA and as well as?
Oh well, it kind of is. As long as you don't hire an agent, you can go back to college. You could decide whether to go back. So you can't do that. Like as long as if he hires an agent though, that means you're going to the draft.
I feel like a lot of these college guys have agents already. Like, and the thing is, it's like
they do. They have like this low key. Yeah, these guys are probably giving them money before. I think that's why they have the NIL in the first place, just to get rid of that sneaky money.
Yeah, but like, I just think. I mean, the trend is like you do 1 year, barely do 1 year, get into the draft. If you're locked in first overall, like Ben Simmons barely did his college year in UCLA. No, not UCLA, LSU.
Yeah, he went to LSU.
Gets the first overall pick, does averages like 15, 18 points a game, gets the bag, and then after that you just do shit all. I think Cooper Flag is thinking that as well. I think a lot of these guys are thinking that. Like, why am I even?
If I'm those guys, I'll definitely think more about it now. Like I don't really have to go to the NBA right now if I'm getting a bag now. I mean,
you're getting like what, $8 million, but like you can get that lock in 5 years, and you're already like, if you're just a guaranteed first round pick, I think you're chilling.
Right, but I think like you're like what you just said, like you want to spend 5 years in fucking Utah.
I understand. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, should Cooper Flag have that opportunity, even if he has an agent or not? He sees Utah being the first overall pick and be like, nah, like I'll just go back.
You just fire his agent then,
Archie
right?
Manning next year. But I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can just be like, as soon as Utah gets the first one, you can't just fire your agent immediately like the night of.
What he can do is don't hire an agent yet. Wait to see who gets the number 1 pick, and then it was like, all right, I'm good. I'm gonna go back to school now.
I think there's a deadline for the
just
declaring
wait.
though.
Is there? We should look that up and see if there is a time frame, because that does seem kind of convenient, right? That like, hey, I just wait this out and see, and then like, nah, I'm good.
Like wait until the day of the draft and be like, yeah, I'm entering the draft. Like, yeah, I think there is.
I think if
there is a deadline. There is a deadline. It's April 26th.
Yeah, so in 2 weeks, basically, right? Next week, yeah.
Oh, so then he won't know.
But if they want to withdraw, they can do so by June 15th. So they actually can withdraw before the draft.
Wow.
And they can retain their college eligibility.
I like
there you go. Okay, I like that. I kind of like that. That's kind of grimy, but I kind of like it. I kind of also, it's, I don't know, because like,
again, you don't want to go to Utah.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying like, it's kind of grimy because like in baseball, you get picked and then you go back. So you kind of like the team essentially wastes that pick. But like they do next year probably or something like that.
Baseball is goofy though. Like they'll literally let you marinate. They'll draft you from like
Kyle Murray is Kyle Murray is an Oakland Athletics or Las Vegas Athletic technically.
What are you talking about? Didn't the Yankees draft one? Was it the Cowboys? Whatever.
No, Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson.
Yeah.
There's a few.
Kyle Murray was like debating on like going pro baseball, football, and then like Arizona was like, "Yo, hold on, let me slide you an extra like couple million." And he was like, "I'm going baseball. I'm going football."
Yeah. But then he found true calling in Warzone.
True.
But like I don't know, because like Cooper Flag is a prime example. Archie Manning next year potentially.
Maybe yeah.
Like if he sees the Giants or the Jets, I don't think he's gonna be like, yeah, I'm really down for this draft. I just
he'll go to the Giants. That's legacy, bro. Legacy.
He'll go to the Jets for sure.
He would go to the Colts over the fucking Giants before that, right? Because
he's a Manning, man. He's just going wherever the Mannings is.
Nah, you would go to the Saints. You would go to the Saints because Archie. like name.
Yeah, it was bad luck with it. Archie didn't win in New Orleans, bro. That was fucking terrible in New Orleans. Unless he wants to like
Broncos.
He could go anywhere. I honestly don't think Archie's gonna go next year anyway. He has to like light it up though. He has to light it up.
I think the hype is there for him already. I think he's like the.
And when he played, they played better when he played though.
I don't want to compare him, but I feel like he has a Johnny Manziel aura right now, where like everyone knows his name. So it's okay.
But that's no fault of his. His last name is his fault.
No, yeah, exactly. But like it's like the Bronny James Jr. effect, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone was like, he might be a top 10.
To be honest, honestly, in football, the kids actually play up to their parents' standards. If you really think about it,
100%. Yeah.
And football, I think is the only sport. I could be wrong, but football for sure has the most. Baseball, yeah, baseball. So you're right. The Griffeys, yeah, for sure. Baseball, the Vladdies, yeah, you're right. Yeah. So football and baseball for sure. Like
maybe hockey, I don't really know, but who knows?
I'm not sure about it. We wouldn't be surprised, and these guys will end up. If anything, they have, especially if they have a long career. So it's because their longevity is what made it.
I mean, basketball. To be fair, you have Del Curry to Steph Curry, right? Like.
Yeah, but that's a huge drop. You know what I mean? Huge difference.
The argument was the father isn't like the son is better than the father always, right?
Right. Yeah.
But like the father wasn't peak.
Right. I think
like LeBron and his son is like.
Yeah, it's different. But you see, that's like the Michael Jordan, Marcus Jordan thing. Like his son played basketball. Nobody gets it. Yeah. It's tough, but usually it's the son in basketball. If there's anything, most of the time it's the son better than the father. Yeah, because Del Curry was always a great shooter. It was just he couldn't. That was all that he was. It was all he was doing. I remember when he was in Charlotte. That's all he was really doing. He's a shooter, good shooter. But yeah, it's mostly like really in football and baseball. Like they stand out. Like they're either above the father or just about the father.
Yep.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. But if I'm Cooper Flag right now, I'll just wait it out. I'll wait it out. I think honestly, man, if the draft goes like, can you imagine if San Antonio gets the number 1 pick?
I mean,
that'd be crazy.
There's a lot of teams that can get the number 1 overall pick, and I kind of like it.
I love it. I think it's just great. Who are like the top, the worst teams in the NBA?
Charlotte, I believe.
Jazz.
Jazz.
Atlanta too, right?
Charlotte, Washington, Utah, New Orleans, Philly, technically, Boston, technically, Toronto, San Antonio, Houston because of Phoenix,
right?
Portland and Miami are the top 11 right now, and then Dallas is 12.
Maybe 14. If I'm Cooper Flag, I'm like hyped for like 4 or 5 teams. And Philly, I think Philly could go 0 to hero real quick if they get Cooper Flag.
Yeah, I mean they have Thibault and McCain coming back.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and you got Maxey. They could make some. That's a scary team with Cooper Flag. And then you could pretty much. Oh, Embiid could be obsolete.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
just dump Embiid. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like we want to play 10 minutes. Who gives a shit? Whatever. I don't care. Have a seat.
Plug and play.
Yeah, because he is the last of the process, right? He is the only thing that's holding up this so-called process.
Yeah.
Well, like 4 coaches later, a bunch of all-stars after, and then a Ben Simmons to sprinkle on top. You know what I mean?
And Kawhi Leonard bounce. Bounce, yeah.
That's when the process was over.
Yeah, it was dead. It was dead. Right then and there, it was dead.
Yeah, the face. Now I'll never forget. I had that picture on my phone, that wallpaper. I was just all like glaring at the bounce, and then the face, man. The faces after when that shot happened.
I'm looking at the draft lottery percentage.
Me too.
There's very interesting scenarios that can happen.
What's that?
Like Charlotte might give up their first, Sacramento might give up their first overall pick to Atlanta. If they make it into the playoffs, they might do it. I think they're top 14 protected. So if they make it to the playoffs, then it might happen. Atlanta might give their first overall pick to the Spurs. Minnesota, Detroit might give it. Detroit might give their first pick to Minnesota. Golden State might go to the Heat. Memphis has given up their first round pick for the Marcus Smart trade to Washington. Milwaukee doesn't have their first round pick. Minnesota doesn't have their first round pick. The Lakers don't have their first round pick.
Yeah, the Knicks don't have a pick neither.
Denver doesn't have a first round pick. Houston doesn't have the first round pick. Clippers, New York, Cleveland, and Oklahoma don't have their first round picks. So
Shocking Oklahoma. Very shocking. Oklahoma's always had like a top 10 pick no matter what.
I believe it was the Paul George trade.
Ooh.
Still effect. So
Man.
the two teams that I'm like looking at is Phoenix, obviously, because of Houston potentially getting the first overall pick, and Sacramento giving up their first round pick after giving up, Fox and being in a limbo of just being the middleman limbo. Like, I know they're in the plan, but oof, if they somehow like win, but they lose their first round pick, and then they just get bounced because they're playing potentially Houston or Oklahoma. So it's like it's kind of rough city by them.
That's no, but Houston. So aren't they the 10th seed?
They are the 9th seed. So if they win,
they would fight for the 8th seed.
Okay, if they win and they win again, right?
No. So, the winner of the Warriors, was it Memphis? They play Rockets.
But if the Kings win against the Mavs and then lose against the Warriors, or the
Grizzlies, knocked from the playoffs.
They're knocked from the playoffs?
Yeah.
So who would take their spot?
The Warriors.
You're making me confused on this scenario. Okay.
Yeah, I got a headache now. What's going on?
Wait, what are we even talking about here? Like how the playing works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, let's just get to the predictions now. Then the playing predictions.
I guess.
And then we can wrap it up because we're at an hour already. So.
Sure. Why
Jesus Christ. Yeah. All right, so let's do the West first.
Kings.
No, let's do the East. Let's do the East first.
Bulls Heat.
Bulls
do the East because it's
That's
depressing.
the 9 and 10.
Bulls.
I got Bulls.
I got the Heat.
I'm gonna go Heat.
For the record, I don't care. I don't care either way. But the Bulls.
Me neither. Both of the teams are going to get swept by the Cavs.
Thank you.
Easily, yeah.
Yes. Bulls.
I think we all agree on that. I think we can all agree they're going to get swept either way.
Yeah, I think it's
so
Heat.
3 Bulls, 1 Heat.
I think Eric Spoelstra is going to show out.
Well, look, again, it wouldn't surprise me, but I just think the Bulls for some reason are hot. It's
in the season, they're always hot in the season, but they're always stinking in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Every play, they just fucking fumble it so badly. So
I keep getting upset that they even make the play, and I'm like, why are you doing this? Why even bother?
Yeah, it is a future.
Bro, the Bulls are gonna give Josh Giddey $65 million a year.
Yep.
That's crazy. And he's gonna get like so many. Crazy.
He's gonna have so many 16-year-olds DMing him afterwards. Crazy.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
They're from Australia. I'm sorry.
Remember, 16 in Australia is like 21 over there. They don't live long out there.
They don't live long. Really?
They don't live long. Yeah. There's scorpions, crocodiles, kangaroos. Shit will get you out there.
Oh yeah, true. Dies faster.
Yeah. Oh man, they don't age well in Australia, bro.
Literally.
All right, so it's 3 Bulls, 1 Heat for that one. What's the other one?
Magic Hawks. This is an interesting one.
That's a good one. I'm going Magic.
Is Orlando fully healthy, or are they still like?
They're fully healthy now. They will be going in fully healthy. They got Bochero back and Wagner back.
Aren't they missing someone? Like someone
Suggs is out. Yeah, Suggs is out for the year. But he's a defensive guy though.
Was he the one that tore his ACL on that team? Who tore his ACL?
I know for sure he's out for the year.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because it's ACL. Let me see. What's his name? Jalen Suggs, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Magic.
I have to go to the Magics too. I don't think Trae Young can carry this team anymore.
I mean, he did his best as he could.
Yeah, I think he's gone after this year anyway. So
I hope so. He deserves it. He has a torn cartilage in his knee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Trae Young's gonna be a future Knick.
I mean, he plays like he wants to be a Knick, but
no, he hates the Knicks, man. He's like, he's playing the fucking WWE fucking villain.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be a Knick though.
He'll be a net. He'll be a perfect net, dude.
Yeah. Just
He'll be a perfect net, if only if he has somebody else to be with him.
Oh, of course. I mean, like you give Brooklyn Cooper Flag. You get Trae Young there. Oh my God.
That'd be a good team.
The rivalry.
That'd be a great team. That'd be a great team.
So we're all going Magic. We're all on the Magic here.
I think, Van, you went Hawks, right? No.
Yeah. I can see Trae Young having like a crazy game.
Yeah, but he's gonna have a crazy game forever.
He has to have like an 80-point game.
Both teams are gonna get swept by the Boston Celtics. By the way, again, this is why I don't like the play-in. I don't like the play-in because of this.
Well, I'll say
this. To the West.
I'll give Orlando one game, and that's because like Tatum and everybody fell asleep on the wheel. I give them one home game. Yeah, it'll be a gentleman's sweep. Orlando has a better chance. That's why I want them to go out there.
I think the play-in should be like them sliding into the middle of the thing for some reason, because they would have a better chance against these middle of the pack teams.
But that's not how playoffs work.
Yeah,
high seeds play the lowest seeds. That's not how.
I understand that, but like,
yeah. I agree with Van though, because it's just the East. The West is more fun.
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be the same scenario in the West, but
no, I don't think so.
Memphis is getting it smoked by any team.
We'll get to that shortly.
Warriors.
We'll get to that shortly.
Who went down from 5 to 7?
Wait, is that it for the East, right? Those four teams, right?
That's the only two teams, yeah. From the
All
East.
right, what about the West?
Kings, Mavs.
Give me the Kings right now. There it is.
Yeah, I think the Kings is an easy selection here.
Yeah.
I don't think it's any question.
I don't know. Hold on. This could be like an any given day, and then the Kings just shit the bed, you know?
Trap game.
Hey, look, it's on paper, I say it's a pick 'em, but if I had to choose, I'm picking the Kings, man. I do not trust Dallas at all, bro.
Dude, give me the fucking loaded gun, man. I don't even know. I don't want to pick any of these teams. If I have to, I'm gonna pick the Mavs.
I get
gotta
it.
pick the Mavs.
It's just because they got KD. KD. That's why. If he plays.
If he's not hurt.
If he doesn't break a nail,
someone's gonna have a special, like either Daniel Gafford or fucking Spencer Dinwiddie's gonna have like a 40-point game or something. I don't know.
To be fair, look, I honestly speaking,
give me the over on him.
Yeah, to be honest, again, he's never gonna replace Luka, but they're still 1 star away from being decent again. They still have a good 4.
They went to the finals last year. What do you mean decent? They were contending.
Listen, I agree. I'm just saying, again,
if they win, they're gonna get swept by the Thunder, though. Anyway, right? So it's kind of like,
bro. If they spanked the Thunder, they spanked the Wolves last year. Like we're not.
But they don't have Luka anymore. Let's get over it. They're gonna get swept.
Yo,
if they win.
Hey, trust the process, bro.
Trust the process.
Nico knows what he's doing, bro. Nico knows what he's doing.
He only blew up the franchise. He's gonna rebuild it.
Let me tell you something. That team, that guy, he needs to leave Earth soon. He might have to leave Earth. He might have to go to
like
Mars
6 feet under, or just on the ground, or
He needs to
not die. Just don't be on planet Earth no more. He
needs to go to like a third world country. Like he needs to go to like Thailand or something. Never fucking come out.
He might have to coach a Chinese league or some shit.
Go to Antarctica.
He shouldn't be coaching. Period. He should just be like retired. Go to a beach house in Thailand and just never say a word ever again. Because, good God, this is like the Babe Ruth trade. And every year we're gonna say this is the 1-year anniversary of Luka getting traded to the Lakers.
It's gonna be that meme, like the 28-3 meme. or whatever.
Yeah.
Just every
fucking
year we're
Bob
gonna be
Bonilla, the
just
baseball, whatever.
Yeah, Bobby Bonilla. Yeah.
yeah, Bobby Bonilla Day.
This,
It's among those kind of
Yeah.
days. And
dude,
famous.
this right now could go down as the worst trade in NBA history by far.
Any
It's gonna be
league
hard to-
history.
That's
There's
like
I don't know of a trade worse.
any sport, right?
Kobe
Yeah,
trade?
any sport.
Kobe trade? Question mark? Kobe trade? Question mark?
Kobe trade, but that was draft pick. That was like Kobe was an unknown product.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wasn't
It was
like in his
unknown
prime
product.
getting traded like that. That was,
You think
This is-
if Charlotte had a crystal ball that day, you think they would have traded Kobe?
For fucking Vladdy
No.
Divac?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
no,
I
they would
I
never
don't know
do that
why they
trade.
did that, bro. That was the 8th overall pick. Why would they trade for Vladdy, bro? That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Defense
That's what
wasn't bad.
Shut up. It's Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, but
again,
like, and yet,
What are you
it's a
talking
high school
about?
kid.
Yeah, unknown Kobe Bryant. Unknown. To be fair.
It's an 8th overall pick. You're not trading for a fucking veteran. Why? You're the 8th overall pick. You were the 8th worst team. Like you're rebuilding.
Yeah. I mean,
You're-
look. I'm pretty sure they're eating shit right now. Still to this day.
Yeah,
don't
the
think
best players
but
clicking
again-
Kemba Walker. Like,
Well, also, Charlotte said they would not develop Kobe as good as the Lakers.
Probably right.
Yeah.
that doesn't
But
matter.
again,
You have
Kobe had
Well,
all the talent
so,
in
like,
the world.
so you're telling me like Utah should trade Cooper Flag because they can't develop him? What?
I mean,
I
on
mean,
that
that's
logic,
the
yes.
stupidest
He's not a
argument.
high school player.
It does it doesn't matter. I was like, you're not gonna just give up on KG because he was in high school and he was unproven. Like what?
Yeah,
LeBron was
again.
in high school.
I still like again. They didn't know. None of us knew he was gonna be like the second coming of Jordan or wherever. You know what I mean? None of us saw that. That was it. I don't think it was the worst trade ever. I mean, now hindsight being 2020 is a terrible fucking trade. They're retarded for
Oh
that.
yeah.
But yeah, that day, the time of it, I'm like, who the fuck is Kobe Bryant? None of us knew who he was. And to be fair, his first time in the first 2 years of the Lakers wasn't really doing much. He was behind Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel. So he didn't really.
Well-
It's when Shaq really got there, because Kobe had moments.
Here's
He
the
didn't
thing,
have
right?
championship moments yet.
Is this the Luka trade technically right now, like as we feeling it out, is the worst trade because the potential of Luka being an all-time great? But if Luka just burns out for the next 5 years, like this is just like Nico
Still a
shit
bad
at a
trade.
statue.
Nah, it's still a bad trade.
I don't know.
Because then you
man.
could have gone.
Cause
You got AD. That's your first
listen,
choice.
I'm not defending
That was
this
your
guy.
first choice?
I'm not
was your
defending this.
first
No,
choice?
their first choice was Giannis, technically. Right?
Was
Because they called Giannis first, and it was 1-for-1. They called Anthony Edwards. They
Right.
called
I remember that.
Minnesota, and then they basically said, "All right, AD." But
That was even if that's your third choice.
I think they offered better. They offered other teams, which was kind of confusing because when the trade officially happened, it was like last second and it was quick and move. But now,
After
like
the
all
Knicks
the
game.
detail, yeah, but all the details are coming out. Like the front office was actually knowing this was gonna happen and they were not happy about it. Well,
Bro, I would have never. I would not for AD. Not for AD.
not for AD as well. I agree.
Not for AD.
He's 32, 33, but
If I was Milwaukee or the teams other than that, I was like, are you fucking joking right now? I would have probably they probably thought this dude was joking. He's like, he's not real. He's not real. No way the owner of because I mean, I would have pulled that trade off with Milwaukee for Giannis.
no, Giannis is like a legend there.
Right, no, but I'm saying like if you get like, would the Dallas Maverick fan be mad if they traded Luka for Giannis?
Yes,
You think so?
Giannis is older, much older.
And I don't even think that will get them over the hump finals wise
Yeah.
or championship wise either.
Yeah, because I think a lot of
think
people are angry because of the potential as well as how good he is, right? Like
Mhm.
this makes-
And he's a really good. His trajectory, like, look, even if he has a down year, somebody else's it'll be a rookie's great year.
Yeah.
Like Luka's bad year will be somebody else's great year.
Yep. Like his
And-
ERA is still gonna be a starter level. Like
Yeah, for real. And
Or his
he's
war. Sorry, his
only
war.
he's only what 24, 25 years old.
26.
He's not. So he's probably entering his prime.
About to be.
Jesus Christ! And you got a guy that's past his fucking prime, and that'll be your third choice.
Yeah.
I hope you suffer. I hope you suffer for that. And what
I think
happened in the first game? Injured.
Jokic is going to the Lakers, right?
No, I think Luka's going to the Denver.
Nah. If the locker room thing is cancer and toxic, I don't know, man. I think.
Well, I mean that's why they went to him first. They went to like, look, man, we letting your boy go. Jokic was like, all right, bet. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
but like, I think it was
that's
like,
just he owns the team. He can do whatever he wants with that team.
yeah, fair, but I don't know.
With the Lakers, he's not gonna get that. With LeBron and Luka, even until
LeBron's gonna retire.
LeBron wouldn't be there.
Yeah, LeBron will not be there. I think he would be done.
I don't know. I think Luka. See, the thing is though, with Luka, I think he's perfect for a team like Dallas because with Lakers, even if he goes to New York, both New York teams, he would not be. You know, he'll be great to us, but to the New York casual, like, what am I? He's just like, okay.
Are you talking about Jokic or Luka?
Luka. I think he'll be more scrutinized more with the Lakers. Like, he's no Kobe, he's no LeBron, he's gonna be compared too much.
I think he's getting that I'm a god love in LA right now.
Right now, because they're in the honeymoon phase. Then but when LeBron leaves and becomes his team, he'll be more scrutinized more. That's why you have to make sure you can get a guy like Jokic to put that band-aid over.
I think this Timberwolves game series is gonna be like a real test. If they get smoked and swept.
Yeah, no, again, I'm not shitting on Luka. I love Luka. I think he's gonna be all-time great. But let's be real. There's games where he'll give you 3 for 30, 3 for 20 something, and like go pitch to the refs. He would do dumb things. Something he will cost you a game here and there. He's not disciplined.
He's the European James Harden. That's what I always say.
Yeah. That's fair.
He has a guy like LeBron to mentor him.
He will be that's what I'm saying. Like in LA, they have a short leash on guys like that. Like they'll give you they'll give you a little honeymoon phase, but once LeBron is out of there, this is Luka's team, and they're not making playoffs or they're doing play-ins all the time. Who do you think gonna get the blame of that? You know what I mean? So that's why they have to, when LeBron does retire, get somebody immediately, find somebody. Then you can't go with just Luka. Luka cannot carry a team. You need like a Kyrie kind of guy or a Jokic kind of guy. He needs a plan B. Pause. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So speaking of plan Bs, speaking of plan Bs, Ja Morant, Grizzlies or the Warriors? Steph Curry.
Oh man, yeah, that one.
We almost forgot about the last one.
Yeah.
The Warriors. I think the Grizzlies are right now. They're not cohesive enough anymore. That team, that locker room is shot. I think that team is gonna end up rebuilding. I think when they fired that coach, it made no sense. Apparently he lost it. He probably did lose the locker room, but I think Ja Morant antics is gonna get him out of that team.
He's on. I think.
Yeah, he's his antics is getting goofy and it's annoying. It's getting away from the game. I mean the Grizzlies are wounded, man. I think if I'm the Warriors, I'm just gonna wrap this up real quick.
I think Joe's great.
He's
a franchise guy though.
No, and he's immature too. He's not mature enough to carry that league. Like even Iverson grew up. You know what I mean? Allen Iverson had to grow up. And he just doesn't have to grow up.
To be fair, Jaws 24, 25.
But you're getting paid to be the franchise leader of that team. It comes with, with great power comes great responsibility. Yep. You trust that guy? He's fucking the league warned about his fucking antics. He's already getting antics outside of the NBA. You know what I mean? There's a thing to him that's not looking good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Character issue.
He's a character problem. And it could have hurt him down the road, like with endorsement, sponsorship, and even with other teams. Like, I don't want to risk it on this guy. First of all, he can't give you a healthy season on a regular basis. And then he does this dumb shit from time to time. I don't got time for that. You know what I mean? He's fucking up his own bag.
I feel like he has to go to like a small market team. I think the Grizzlies are a small market team, but like
they are.
They need to send him to like the Dagestan of the NBA, which is like Utah.
Utah.
Utah. Oh, he would hate it there too.
Portland would be
Into the playoffs.
Portland would be cool though. Portland would be fun for him to watch. It'd be Portland.
He has to be sent to
Charlotte or Utah.
Utah, humble himself, and then he's gonna go to like a different team, like Cleveland or some shit, and then he's gonna pop off.
I mean, it might need to happen though. He might need to change the scenery. But that team went from number 2 to number 8. He went from number 2 to number 8, man. I mean, look, the kid can do it. He has the talent to do it, but the players around him are good. But I don't know, man. I gotta see it. I haven't seen it from the.
His head's not in it.
Okay. So I'm assuming everyone's picking the Warriors in this panel.
Yeah.
If you're Phoenix, would you trade Devin Booker for John Morant?
If I'm Phoenix,
yes.
Why not? I would do it.
Like it'll be like there'll be more details to like probably a couple of draft picks on one.
Yeah, but I mean, look at it like this: John Morant. At least you have something to build with. And it's right now the league is point guard heavy, so you have that already. You have your point guard. You have an eccentric billionaire owner, so why not? You know what I mean? He could, he could throw him the bag. So I would make that trade. I think that's a fair trade too, and I think Booker also needs a change of scenery too. I think he needs to be. Kevin Durant just killed him. You know
I don't think he's gonna stay in the Grizzlies with D-Book, but
no.
I think obviously it could be a 3-way trade, but
I think both of those trades can compare to when Kyrie went to Dallas. It was like a breath of fresh air for Kyrie. He became likable again. He just focused on the game.
It was like a low risk reward for him.
Yeah. I think that would be. If I'm both teams, I'll pull that trade off. Like you don't got to deal with his antics, and in Phoenix case, you get somebody that you probably need that's gonna put ass to seats.
That's what I was thinking as well. Because like if you fully rebuild,
Booker is as great as he is. He's not he's not gonna put fans to the seat. He's not a mouthy kind of guy. He's just which is respectable. He plays the game and keeps it moving.
Yeah, somehow he got Kylie Jenner, but
yeah, I think it'll be good.
Whoever.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up real quick. We did another hour. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Keep liking, keep subscribing. Again, we out, baby. Tune in next week.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Deuces.